Prepare to embark on a breakfast revolution with our delectable taco, egg, and cheese casserole. With only 305 calories, 36 grams of protein, and it's a breeze to make, it's the ultimate morning masterpiece that you'll leave your taste buds begging for more. I personally think the hardest thing about this recipe is just getting the vegetables prepped and ready to go at the very beginning. When it comes to the color of the peppers that you pick, I prefer to pick green and red, or maybe even sometimes orange. I would really stay away from the yellow because it will blend in with the egg and it won't really look like it's in there. And plus, we want something to look like a colorful masterpiece. When it comes to preparing the peppers, make sure you're just cutting them down the outsides. This prevents you from having to cut off the tops, the bottoms, remove the seeds, wash it out, rinse it out. Just makes it super simple. Cut down the outside, cut them into little strips, and then all you're going to do is just cut them down into little bite-sized pieces. The smaller you cut them, the easier it's going to be to cook it whenever it comes to the beef. Then I'll go ahead, deshell your onion. Whenever you deshell your onion, make sure you get rid of all the scraps. And then you're just going to cut down little slices, just like the pepper. The smaller these slices are, the easier it is for it to cook. And it's a lot easier to get the water or the moisture out of the onion or the pepper whenever you're cooking it, so the casserole doesn't turn out so runny or watery. And besides, we don't want to bite into anything large inside of a casserole or anything involving eggs. It's just not very texturally pleasant at all. Plus, making them smaller just helps things cook faster whenever it comes to the later steps. As you're starting to finish everything up, get rid of all the big awkward pieces, just discard them, go and put everything to the side. We're going to put down our pan. This pan's going to be placed over medium-high heat, and you're going to allow the pan to warm. Go ahead, add your meat to the pan. This is whenever you're going to start browning it. When it comes to the browning process, we're not going to completely brown the meat right away. You're going to notice some pink's going to go away, and once you start to see that happen, you're going to create a little pit inside the pan. Pull it away from the center, and you're going to add in your peppers and your onions. Adding in the peppers and onions in this stage is going to help you soften them, and they're not going to be so tough inside the casserole. But something really important is pulling out the moisture. If we don't pull out the moisture, it is going to be a watery mess, and that's not something we want when it comes to eggs. A nice little tip is adding in some salt. That salt is going to help pull that water outside the vegetable, and you're going to notice the steam is going to really pick up. Once you notice the vegetables are starting to soften, you're just going to completely start mixing everything together. Then you're going to completely cook the meat, and you're going to go ahead and just add in some taco seasoning. The taco seasoning I picked is just a taco seasoning blend, something plain, but I did pick it up from Costco. I highly recommend it. It's very tasty. Go ahead and mix everything together, and what's really interesting is that the water that is still being pulled out of the vegetables is going to be used to start making that taco meat mixture. Rather than you adding more water, the water from the vegetables is taking care of all the moisture, and it's going to make it absolutely delicious. Your vegetables in the mixture are going to start getting a little bit thicker because it's starting to soak in up all that moisture, and that taco seasoning blend is doing its job. You're going to set it to the side, and then we're going to start working on step number 3. Step number 3 is just getting your egg mixture together. I like to grab a big ass measuring cup, just makes things a little bit easier when it comes to clean up. So all you're going to do is just get 6 of your eggs. You're going to crack them, put them inside the bowl. After you gather all 6 of your eggs, you're going to start adding in your egg whites. The carton size that I have is going to use the entire one, which is 450 grams of egg whites. Yes, it's a lot, but we're trying to add protein and we're going to add some volume. While you're doing that, make sure you put away your eggs, a little bit easier for cleanup, and you're just going to whisk it all together until it's combined. Whisking this together is going to take a little bit of patience, but I promise it'll all come together within a few seconds. Once you start to see the colors shift and it's starting to combine really well, you're just going to take this and you're going to set it to the side. We'll use it later. You're going to grab a 9x13 casserole dish. You're going to place it down, and we're going to make sure we line it up with some cooking spray. It's eggs. It'll definitely stick to the pan if we do not spray this or add any type of butter, and we want something as low as calories as possible. Go ahead and place down your meat mixture. It's had plenty of time to soak up excess moisture while it was cooling and you were whisking everything together. Kind of even it out, makes things a little easier. You're going to take 3/4 of your cheese, spread it across the entire meat mixture. Once you spread it across the entire thing, you're going to give it a nice little stir. After giving it a little bit of a stir just to combine it so we make sure that cheese is all the way throughout the casserole, we're just going to go ahead and dump all of our eggs over top of it. I definitely recommend making sure that you evenly dump this out rather than just pouring it in one spot. If you pour it in just one spot, it's not going to be as even, and then you're going to have to go back in and stir it a little bit with the spatula. Go ahead, sprinkle the remaining third of cheese that you have left over the top, and you're just going to put it inside the oven, 350 degrees, 40 minutes, should be good. Make sure it's golden brown and firm to touch. Slice this up into 6 slices, But if you're looking for something more hearty, you can always cut it up into 4. The full macro and calorie breakdown for 4 and 6 servings is inside the blog. Go and check it out in the link below in the description. Go and place it in 5 of your airtight meal prep containers. Allow this to cool before putting on the lids. We're going to save the 6-piece for the chef. You bid farewell to our savory taco egg and cheese casserole. Remember that breakfast just got a whole lot tastier and easier. With 305 calories and 36 grams of protein, it's a delicious way to start your day without feeling guilty. So get ready to crack some eggs, melt some cheese, and let your taste buds dance the salsa. Stay tuned for more recipes that'll make your belly smile.